Welcome. Today, we are looking at carbon and its compounds. This is a key topic in your chemistry exams for SS2. Pay close attention. Let us begin. First, let me explain the unique nature of carbon. Carbon is a nonmetal in group 4 of the periodic table. It has 4 valence electrons. This allows it to form 4 covalent bonds. Carbon can bond with other carbon atoms to form long chains and rings. This is called catenation. Carbon can also bond with hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and other elements. This forms a vast number of compounds. Organic chemistry is the study of carbon compounds. Carbon compounds are found in all living things. They are also found in fossil fuels, plastics, and many other materials. The unique properties of carbon make it the basis of life and modern industry. Now, let me explain the allotropes of carbon. Allotropes are different forms of the same element in the same state. Carbon has several allotropes. Diamond, graphite, fullerenes, and graphene are the main allotropes. Diamond is a form of carbon in which each carbon atom is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms. This forms a rigid, 3-dimensional network. Diamond is the hardest natural substance. It is transparent and does not conduct electricity. It is used in cutting tools and jewelry. Graphite is a form of carbon in which each carbon atom is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms. This forms layers of hexagonal rings. The layers are held together by weak van der Waals forces. Graphite is soft and slippery. It is used as a lubricant and in pencils. It conducts electricity because the electrons are delocalized. Fullerenes are molecules of carbon atoms arranged in hollow structures. The most famous fullerene is Buckminster fullerene, C60. It has a shape like a soccer ball. Fullerenes have potential applications in medicine and electronics. Graphene is a single layer of graphite. It is very strong and conductive. It has many potential applications in material science. Now let me explain the oxides of carbon. Carbon forms 2 important oxides, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide has the formula CO. It is a colorless, odorless, and toxic gas. It is formed by incomplete combustion of carbon-containing fuels. Carbon monoxide is poisonous because it binds to hemoglobin in the blood. It prevents oxygen from being transported. Carbon monoxide is used as a reducing agent in the extraction of metals. Carbon dioxide has the formula CO2. It is a colorless, odorless gas. It is formed by complete combustion of carbon-containing fuels. It is also produced by respiration and fermentation. Carbon dioxide is used in carbonated drinks, fire extinguishers, and as a refrigerant. It is a greenhouse gas. It contributes to global warming. The concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing. This is causing climate change. Now, let me explain the combustion of carbon and its compounds. Combustion is the reaction of a substance with oxygen. It releases heat and light. Complete combustion of carbon produces carbon dioxide. The reaction is C plus O2 equals CO2. Complete combustion of hydrocarbons produces carbon dioxide and water. For example, CH4 plus 2O2 equals CO2 plus 2H2O. Incomplete combustion of carbon produces carbon monoxide. The reaction is 2C plus O2 equals 2CO. Incomplete combustion of hydrocarbons produces carbon monoxide and water. For example, 2CH4 plus 3O2 equals 2CO plus 4H2O. Incomplete combustion occurs when there is insufficient oxygen. It produces less energy and more pollution. Carbon monoxide is a toxic product of incomplete combustion. Proper ventilation is essential to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Now let me explain the laboratory preparation of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide can be prepared in the laboratory by reacting a carbonate with an acid. For example, calcium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid to produce carbon dioxide, calcium chloride, and water. The reaction is CaCO 3 plus 2HCl equals CaCl2 plus CO2 plus H2O. The carbon dioxide gas is collected by downward displacement of water. It is denser than air. It can also be collected by downward displacement of air. The gas is colorless and odorless. It turns lime water milky. This is a test for carbon dioxide. The gas is used in the laboratory for various experiments. It is also used in industry. Now, let me explain the properties of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a colorless, odorless gas. It is denser than air. It is soluble in water. It forms carbonic acid. It does not support combustion. It extinguishes fire. It turns lime water milky. This is a characteristic test. Carbon dioxide is used in fire extinguishers. It is used in carbonated drinks. It is used as a refrigerant. It is used in photosynthesis by plants. Plants use carbon dioxide and water to produce glucose and oxygen. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. It traps heat in the atmosphere. This causes global warming. The concentration of carbon dioxide is increasing. This is a major environmental concern. Now let me explain the properties of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless, and toxic gas. It is slightly less dense than air. It is not soluble in water. It burns with a blue flame. It is a reducing agent. It reduces metal oxides to metals. For example, Fe2O3 plus 3CO equals 2Fe plus 3CO2. Carbon monoxide is used in the extraction of iron. It is also used in the production of methanol. Carbon monoxide is poisonous. It binds to hemoglobin. It prevents oxygen from being carried. It can cause death. Proper ventilation is essential. Carbon monoxide detectors are used in homes and industries. Now let me explain coal. Coal is a fossil fuel. It is formed from the remains of plants that lived millions of years ago. Coal is mainly carbon. It also contains hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. Coal is used as a fuel. It is used in power stations and industry. Coal is also used to produce coke and coal gas. Coke is used in the extraction of metals. Coal gas is used as a fuel. The burning of coal produces carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides. These gases cause pollution and acid rain. The use of coal is being reduced because of environmental concerns. Renewable energy sources are being developed. Now let me explain synthetic gas. Synthetic gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. It is also called syngas. It is produced by the reaction of steam with coal or methane. The reaction is C plus H2O equals CO plus H2. Syngas is used as a fuel. It is also used to produce methanol and other chemicals. Syngas is an important industrial feedstock. It is used in the production of ammonia, methanol, and synthetic fuels. Syngas production is an important process in the chemical industry. Now, let me explain the carbon cycle. The carbon cycle is the movement of carbon through the environment. Carbon is exchanged between the atmosphere, oceans, land, and living organisms. Plants absorb carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. They convert it into organic compounds. Animals eat plants. They release carbon dioxide during respiration. Decomposers break down dead organisms. They release carbon dioxide. Fossil fuels contain carbon. Burning fossil fuels releases carbon dioxide. The carbon cycle maintains a balance of carbon in the atmosphere. Human activities are disrupting this balance. Burning fossil fuels is increasing carbon dioxide levels. This is causing climate change. Understanding the carbon cycle is essential for environmental science. A common exam question asks you to describe the allotropes of carbon. Here is a sample answer. The allotropes of carbon are diamond, graphite, fullerenes, and graphene. Diamond has a tetrahedral structure. It is hard and does not conduct electricity. Graphite has a layered structure. It is soft and conducts electricity. Fullerenes are hollow molecules. Graphene is a single layer of graphite. Each allotrope has different properties and uses. Another exam question asks you to distinguish between carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Here is your answer. Carbon monoxide is CO. Carbon dioxide is CO2. Carbon monoxide is toxic. Carbon dioxide is not toxic. Carbon monoxide is formed by incomplete combustion. Carbon dioxide is formed by complete combustion. Carbon monoxide is a reducing agent. Carbon dioxide is not. Carbon monoxide burns with a blue flame. Carbon dioxide extinguishes fire. Carbon monoxide is slightly less dense than air. Carbon dioxide is denser than air. Another exam question asks you to explain the carbon cycle. Here is your answer. The carbon cycle is the movement of carbon through the environment. Plants absorb carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. Animals eat plants and release carbon dioxide during respiration. Decomposers break down dead organisms. They release carbon dioxide. Fossil fuels contain carbon. Burning fossil fuels releases carbon dioxide. The carbon cycle maintains a balance of carbon. Human activities are disrupting this balance. The burning of fossil fuels is increasing carbon dioxide levels. Let me give you a quick summary. Carbon is a unique element with 4 valence electrons. It forms many compounds. The allotropes of carbon are diamond, graphite, fullerenes, and graphene. Carbon forms 2 important oxides. Carbon monoxide is toxic. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. Coal is a fossil fuel. Synthetic gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. The carbon cycle maintains the balance of carbon in the environment. Practice these concepts. When you have them down, move to topic 7.